Hey, I'm Dave Ramsey. I published Financial Peace, the first version, in 1992. Way back there, the very first time I ever spoke to a group and had the books for sale on a back table, the very first thing someone ever said to me was, wow, I wish someone was teaching this to the kids. I wish teenagers and college students were learning this stuff. I wish I had learned this when I was in college. Well, if you've got kids, you've had that same thought about the financial peace, get out of debt, be in control with your money materials. And so I am so excited that my daughter Rachel Cruze has joined our team to take this message to the teens. She is the new face of our youth brand, taking this concept out to high schools and to colleges all over America. Now, you know, the first thing that comes to mind when someone says a dad is introducing his daughter and those kinds of things, you came into the family business because, well, this is a cakewalk. It's the easy thing to do, and, it's a natural thing to do. Why not do it? But it's been more than that for you, hasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you never once made me work here. You know, it really has grown this passion, and I've seen this need in my generation, and I want to be out there and be that voice. So really, there was no pressure to work here. It was more of, I didn't have any other choice. You know, my passion was growing for it. I had to get out here and be the mouthpiece for my generation, to speak in and insert truth on the subject of money. And it's so true, you know, even back when I would be with you in book setting lines when I was 12 and 13, people would tell me, I wish I knew this at your age, you know, and I heard that for years and years, and truly that message stuck with me, and I think that really has developed my heart in this, because I've seen that there is a huge need out there, and so I'm so excited to go out there and speak to that need.
And you know, as you've been going around the country, you and I have been talking about this over family dinners and different times, but as you've gone around the country and you've spoken to these teens in college settings and in high school settings, you're really starting to realize how much of a target that these credit card marketers have on their backs, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. And even just, I think a great perspective that I have is I just graduated college. I mean, I was right with the college students. So when I'm speaking to a college student, I can say I was right there in the trenches with you. I was seeing how you were being marketed to so heavily, and they're fabulous marketers. I mean, at points it's like, oh dang, you're good. You know, I went up to one of them and said, you're fabulous. You're giving away a free pizza if a college student signs up for a credit card. I mean, they're incredible. And seeing that, I feel like, you know, my alert buttons kind of kept going through college. So that even grew more of the passion, and I see it every day, and it's getting younger and younger.
And you're giving them another message, a message of a work ethic, a message of personal responsibility, a message of saving and paying for their car, or saving and paying for their college. Talk about how you learned some of that.
Absolutely. I mean, I think one of the myths that may go around for me personally will be, oh, you're Dave Ramsey's daughter, you were just given everything. And that's, yeah, it's laughable. And I think that's a great point that I can speak into. I mean, I had my own business. I was running my own business at 15. You know, and I saved and paid for half of my car. I started working and, you know, giving speeches and presentations at your things when I was 15. I mean, I was doing all this stuff as a 15-year-old that's really grown and shaped who I am today. And, you know, even before that, doing yard work when I'm 10 and, you know, having commission and not allowance. I mean, all these things that I learned has really shaped who I am, and seeing the importance of a work ethic. Because when you go from a 15-hour week in college to a 40-hour week in the real world, that's a huge slap in the face for someone who's never worked, a day in their life. So I think that's a huge character flaw that our generation is missing.
So the work ethic, the personal responsibility, the saving, that's woven into my message over all those years. And now you've put that youth spin on it and are taking it out there for the kids.
Absolutely. Trying to let them be little entrepreneurs.
Well, folks, not only am I proud of her for obvious reasons, but in addition to that, this is a great message. And it's a message that is so needed for the youth out there today. I can't think of anything more important. Rachel has a great saying. She says that, gosh, if you do the stuff when you're young that she teaches the teenagers how to do, when they're old, they won't have to buy my books. So seriously, if you're doing a youth event of some kind where you need teenagers or college students or just young adults lifted up and given instruction from someone they can relate to, maybe more than the old guy, well, Rachel's available to come do those talks. And we're excited to put her out there as our product, as our face on our youth brand. So check it out further on the web. Contact us if you want to sit down and cause that to happen, and we'd be happy to have her come and do a talk for your group.